Now we discuss about the Java lesson. Previous class we completed the local class, anonymous class, and nested top level class, inner classes, and the interface methods. Now we discuss about the Java packages. So here what are the different packages are there in Java super classes like. So packages are grouping the classes and interfaces together. This grouping is done according to the functionality. So reusability of the classes which are exist in the packages. This package provides the encapsulation of the class inside the package. Encapsulates nothing but data and methods are running into the same unit. So here divide the code and design. So packages are classified into two types: Java API packages and user-defined packages. So the API packages are java.lang. API nothing but application interface. Java.lang package, java.io package, lang io, and java.net, java.applet, and java.awt, and then java.util. AWT nothing but abstract window toolkit, and util package. There are different API packages are there. We extend properties from this package class. Import statement. First import statement. Now we discuss about the import statement. It is similar to the include. Hash include will be used in the C++. No, same like that. Import statement is there. This statement instructs the interpreter to load the class containing the package. It tell to the instructor to load the class from this packages. Like for example, import java.io in this one. This package we can use in the program by using the import command. So next, how we use this one, java.io.input stream. Like this we can use import method. Next, create user-defined packages. In order to create the own packages, we need to define the packages. So for own packages, creating own packages, that is called as user-defined packages. We define the package using the package statement. We define the package by using the package statement, which is followed by package name. This must be the first statement of a Java source file. This is the first statement. If we define the package, it must be the first statement of the program. So for example of this one is package my package. Here we define package my package and public class first. Here we define the class name first, variables and methods. So here the package name is my package. The class first is considered as the part of package. Here this class first we define the class. No, this is a part of this package. First.java located in the directory name my package. It is located in the directory name my package. So when we compiled, it created a class file first.class, put inside the current directory. Java -d c# first.java. compile and create the directory with my package and put the first class inside. So for creating own package, you need to use these steps. So declare package by using the package statement. Package name. Define the class inside the package. Compile the program by using the Java C. Directory program name. Define the package by using package, and then define the class inside the package, and then compile. Example of this one. Package 1, then public class A, public void display A. Take the class A, package 1, then take the method display A and stem.out.println. This is a class A method. Next, the above we declare the package A. Next, now we import the package. Import package 1.class A, and we take next class example 1. Here we use the import method for the user defined class. Public class void main string arguments class A object 1 equal to new class A from the package. Here user defined package we import by this one. Object 1.display A, use the display method of this package. So closing this brace, and next we create the other package 2. Next program, public class B, protected int x equal to 30, public void display B, stem.out.println class B method. Close this program. The package 2, we can use the class B method here. So next we import this two packages. This program, import package 1.class A, import package 2.star or okay class B or star, anything, and take example 2, class example 2. This is other program, this one. Public static void main string arguments class A object 1 new class A, class B object 2 new class B, object 1.display, object 2.display. Here we import the two packages. We define the two packages previously and import the two packages in this class. So we take some table. So for accessing protected protection labels modifiers, we use the if we in the same class all the public RS. So next, hiding classes. How we hide the classes. When we import the package by using the hashtag, all the public classes are imported. We want to not import the all classes. In order to hide the class inside the package, we need to declare the classes as a public, classes not as a public. If we want to hide the classes, if we call the hashtag method, we do not use the public method here. We take example package 1 class A and public class B. So next one, import package 1.star. Here we use asterisk. The previously we declare the two classes, class A and public class B. Here the package 1.star importing, we use the next class C. We call these package classes public static void main string arguments. Here A object 1 new A, create the object of class A, and B object 2 new B, create the object of class B. So here for the class A, declare the error because it can't be accessed, it is not public, like that. B, class B, create the instance, create the object because it is declared as the public. So we can hide the classes by using we cannot declare by using public method. This is called hiding classes. Now errors and exception handling is there. We'll take some break. Now we discuss about the managing errors and exceptions, exception handling. Discuss about the exception handling. So here the exceptions are some important. Exceptions are the important events, usually called as the error. It is occurred in the execution of the program. So what is exception handling? First, what is exception handling? Here exception handling is nothing but diverting the process to part of the program when the exception occur. Diverting the process to the part of the program. The part of the program is called as the exception handling. In that program we handle the exception. Divert the program to part of the program. Like throw a query, throw a exception. There are different types of exceptions are there. That those exceptions are called as small programs like this one. Handle the exceptions. So exception is the condition that is caused by the runtime error program. When Java interpreter encounters the error, such as dividing integer by 0, it creates an exception object, and then throws it. The exception not caught, the interpreter shows the error message and terminate the program. If you want the program to continue the execution of the remaining code, then we handle the exception object thrown by the error condition. So now what is predefined exceptions? The predefined exceptions are the set of motion where the program does some illegal and invalid action. Or set in a motion where program does illegal and invalid action. So when the predefined exception occurs, Java throws and create the predefined exception object. Our runtime, we use the throws method. So the predefined exceptions are called as these Java exceptions is called as a predefined exceptions. Java throws these exceptions when some illegal action will be occurred. Here the main class is the object class, and then subclass is throwable class. And subclass throw exception is a subclass of throwable. Throwable is a subclass of object. In the exception there are different what predefined exceptions are there. The exception, arithmetic exception, array index out of bound exception, array store exception, file not found exception, above exception. So there are different types of exceptions. Arithmetic exception, array index out of bound exception, array store exception, file not found exception, above exception. I'll discuss all these things. Syntax of exception handling. What is the syntax for this one? The syntax is mainly we use a try catch exception. We try some statements and then in those statements we can catch the exception by using catch block. Basic concept of this exception handling is throwing and executing and catching it. So Java uses the keyword try, the preface of the block of the code, likely to cause the error condition. We use the throw method and exception method. So catch is defined, the keyword catches the exception thrown by the try block and handle it properly, approximately. So catch block is immediately added to the try block. The syntax of try block is try and then statements, use the statements and then catch and then exception and type key, catch the statements. In the catch we use the exception and then write the statements. We take the example for this one. Public class example 1, open brace, public static void main string arguments int I equal to 1, j equal to 0, k, try, open brace, I equal to I plus j, then catch arithmetic exception g, system.out.println divided by 0. Here we take a class example program name and then arithmetic exception we handle here. The code is here initialize the values I, j, k and then we take the k equal to I by j. Here I value is 1, j value is 0. I by j is nothing but infinity. Here we catch the exception, catch arithmetic exception. This is called as arithmetic exception. Here we do some code, system.out.println divided by 0. The exception done, divided by 0, what print statement will be shown in the output. In the catch we use the arithmetic exception, predefined exception. Next print after closing catch, next try outside the try block. Print statement. Next program. This program in which the exception created does not match the argument catch. Exception created does not match the argument catch. We take a program. Class example, public class example, and public static void main string arguments. Then we take the three variables int I equal to 1, k, j equal to 0, right? K equal to I by j, catch class catch exception, cast exception g, and SOP system divided by 0 invalid operation. Here we use the catch. In the catch, the we did not catch the arithmetic exception. Here we use class cast exception, different exception. So take the print out statement like divided by 0 is the invalid operation. So for every arithmetic operations we use arithmetic only, not use other predefined exception. It does not match this catch. So there are try and multiple catch statements also there. Try, catch, null pointer, catch runtime exception, catch IO exception, like all these things. So next example, class example E, public static void main string arguments, int A array 5 to 10, int B equal to 5, try, take the two variables x A array 2 slash by B minus A array 1. Take an expression in the try x equal to second element A second element by B, nothing but 10 by B minus A of array 1. Here 5 minus 10 by 5 2 minus 5 -1 here. Here we use catch arithmetic exception. Standard 1 divided by 0, then catch array index out of bound exception, multiple exception handling. Array index is error, and then array store exception, wrong data type. Then next exception, y equal to A of 1 by A of 0. This not represented y equal to plus y. Okay, we are here only two elements 5 10 0 comma 1 only. In the previous one we take a third variable A of 2. For this one we use the array index out of bound exception. Here A of 1 by A of 0 stored in the y, nothing but 10 by 5 2, the value 2 stored in the y. Previous one multiple exceptions and like multiple exceptions. Next, what is finally block? Java support under statement finally block. It can be used to handle the exception that is not caught by the any catch statements. Exception that is not catch by catch statement that finally block will be used. Take the program for this one. Finally block compulsory executed, not like try block. So when finally block is defined, this is guaranteed to execute regardless of whether or not exception is thrown or not. The format of this one is try block close and then catch exception block and multiple catch exception class. And then closing the catch, all catch statements, catch methods, and then last finally block and do some statements and then close. Take the example for this finally block. Use the defined exception. Now use the defined exception. Exceptions can be set motionally explicitly by the user with the throw statement. This throw statement is like this one, throws exception object. This exception object is the class extended by the exception class. Example for this one is class invalid balance extends exception. invalid balance, we take a string message as argument, and then in the body we use a super constructor. In this one we can use a message argument, and closing this method, then create another class example 1, public static void main string arguments, float f, float parts, float argument 0, and then try block. Here we take the strings passed into the float values. Try if less than 500, throw new invalid balance. Balance is not sufficient in order to open account. This is a user defined exception. This one, invalid balance like this one. For this one we can use throw, and then closing the try, and then catch invalid balance e system.out.println e dot get message. Here closing the brace. Here we use a call get message method by using the invalid balance object e dot get message. Now we take another example class unnamed exception extends exception. Class example 5, public static void main string arguments, int x equal to integer dot parse int argument 0. Try. Here we take parse the string of arguments to integer, previously float. Try system.out.println hello, if x equal to 1, throw new unnamed exception, catch unnamed exception, and finally we use the try catch block is over, and then finally block. This one we use a system.out.println word string so in this one we use the unnamed exception, catch is over. If the catch is not executed, the finally is executed. The finally we use word. First print the value hello, and then if the catch is not executed, we use the last word is executed. The output should is hello world. For execution purpose, we use the printing method. So next topic is IO packages. IO packages in Java. So now previously all packages are over, and then exception handling is over. In the exception handling, there are different types of exceptions I discussed now. Arithmetic, array index out of bound exception, array store exception, file not found exception, IO exception. Array index out of bound, I'll take the example like if the array consists of two elements, we call third array, that is calls the array index out of bound. Arithmetic number divided by 0. Array store file not found, IO exception. These are some other programs are there. And user defined exception. For this one we can use a throw query, throw exception. We create exception by user only, and then throws keyword handling the exception. Try catch and finally. So next is IO packages. I will implement input output packages. This one so Java input output model is based on the In Java, input output mainly based on the streaming like input and output streams. Java is an object from which we can load the sequence of bytes. It's called as the input stream. We load the bytes by using the input stream, and the object we write the system response sequence of bytes by using output stream. We load the objects by using input stream, write the bytes by using output stream. So Java streams are classified two types, namely input stream and output stream. So input stream is the exact data from the source and sends to the program. Input stream extract data from the source and sends to the program. Output stream takes the data from the program, send to the destination. Input take the data from the source to the extract data from the source to the program. Output is the takes the data from the program and send to the destination. Output stream. So next, stream classes. So java.io.package, this consists of, there are different stream classes processing all types of data. So mainly there are two types: byte stream class, which provides handling IO operations on the bytes. Character stream class provides support managing IO operations on the characters. Byte stream supports handling IO operations on bytes. Character supports handling character operations on characters. So byte stream class main. So mainly byte stream classes have been designed functional feature for manipulating the streams and files, for reading and writing bytes. There are byte stream and then character stream is there. So byte stream classes are output stream classes and input stream classes. Two kinds of stream: output stream and input stream. So output stream is divided into the abstract class output stream class. So output stream class is the abstract class. We cannot initialize this one. Output stream, it implements the member function. So we take some different functions, member functions: abstract void write int b, void write byte array, void write byte array int comment, and void flush method is there, void close. So there are different types of writing bytes. Next one is writing bytes. These are called as a member functions. These are called member functions: write function, plus function, and close functions. And now different methods for writing bytes: void write int b, void write byte array. Void write int b is nothing but which write the signal byte to the output stream. Write the byte to the output stream, and write byte which write the group of bytes or byte array. Writes the group of bytes, byte array. Here the single byte previously. Next method is write void write byte array int comma int. In this one we can take first parameter byte array, second parameter offset, and third one is number of bytes. Byte array offset number of bytes. Next one is file output stream class. The file output stream class we can provide the means to perform simple file output operations. Output operations consist of the following methods: file output stream string, file output stream file instance. File output stream string, file output stream file instance. So Java program consists of the bytes of files. So we take a program, import java.io.star class example 1, public static void main string arguments, byte b array equal to new byte 40, open try, file output stream fos new file output stream sample.txt. Take a output stream object fos and create a file. This program consists of writing bytes to the file. But this one, take some sample.txt file is there, writing bytes to this text file. We create the text file sample.txt and then writing the bytes. The method is there. Output stream we can take arguments fos and then create the file. We call the file by using new object. Create the file by using, and then read the input methods, methods by using system.in.read. System.in.read by using this method. We take the 3 arguments B0 40. We read the 3 letters, 3 numbers and strings B0 40, and then fos.write B. No, this is of previous functions. No, system.in.read is nothing but reading the input strings, input methods b comma 0, and then fos here byte b consists of the previous write class is there. No, in the write class we can take byte array int and int. Here int is nothing but parameter. Second parameter is the offset, third parameter is the number of bytes. Here we take second parameter, 3 parameters we can take B0 40. 0 is the offset, 40 is the number of bytes, and B is the string. So now we write, here we write fos. No, we create the sample.txt. We next fos.write b, write b, then catch exception a is not run a. This is a program consists of the writing bytes to the file. We write the bytes, b bytes to the sample.txt by using the fos.write. This is the first program of output stream and output stream. So next program, it is Java program, consists of the writing byte to the file. Import java.io.star class example 2, public static void main string arguments. Try writing the byte to the file. Byte B, putting bytes to the file here. We initialize the byte B array, argument 0 dot get bytes. Here the command line argument is there, this one. Here we initialize file output stream. File output stream FOS equal to new file output stream text dot dat file. We call the dat file. And then FOS dot write B comma 1 comma 3. Here 3 bytes are there. And FOS dot close output stream. We use the close method. And then catch exception E. Then system dot out we dot get message. Here we write the byte into the file. Next one is byte array output stream. Byte buffered output stream class. And system dot out dot object print stream class random access files. Different things are there. I'll discuss this afterwards. Subscribe to my channel Tech Education by PVK, and my remaining channels PVK Guitar Play, PVK Gamer, PVK Motovlog.